everybody, welcome to Review Time with iSlip. I am iSlip, and today we're going to be looking at the first piece of the Warbotron WB set, Airburst. Comes in this nice little box, and it's pretty nice. It's actually pretty nice. Normally I get rid of the boxes from my sets, but this is actually a really nice box, and I really like it. The box itself comes inside of a sleeve, which is right here. I got this set off of Big Bad Toy Store. They were running a sale, so it was normally like a $500 or $600 set. It was like $329 or something like that. And the back of the box forms a piece of a giant puzzle. You put them all together, and you've got this gigantic image of their booty kits, which actually you can see in the back. It looks really nice. This looks really good. Yeah, so this is, well, it's a nice set. It's not without its faults, but we'll get into that in a minute. It comes with this comic book here, which has some nice artwork, and it doubles as the instruction booklet. So that's nice. You also get a collector's card for those of you who dig that kind of thing. I have the card upside down. I could care less, although it is a really hard plastic, I guess it is. It feels like plastic. It's actually really nice. If I cared about these things and collected them, that'd be great. I really don't, so it's just going to stay in the box. We're going to go ahead and get rid of this over here, and we'll bring in the figure, which is their analog for Blast Off. And it's a pretty decent looking, actually it's a really nice looking figure. It really is. It's not without its problems. As you can already see, I'm having an issue with the wing flopping. When I got it out of the box, it wasn't floppy, but upon transforming it once, the wing just, that's pretty much it. He's a very nice looking space shuttle. He's actually a really good looking space shuttle. Again, not without his faults. He has some issues. For one thing, like, I don't know if you can notice it, but it looks, maybe it's just me, but it looks like this end here kind of bows up just a slight bit. Like, it does not, here, it doesn't kind of meet the way it's supposed to. That might be my fault though. Let me just take a look. No, everything is in there as it is supposed to be. Aside from the floppy wing and that issue, you'll notice that he is not quite transformed correctly underneath, and that is because of two reasons. For one, his wheels here don't come out. They're supposed to. I actually pried this one out with a tool and actually broke the little tiny weeny piece of plastic in there that keeps the wheels, and it's like a little, the wheels are like they clip in, and it broke one of the clips, and it still doesn't come out. I mean, I got it out once, breaking it, I was like, okay. So what I end up doing now is when I put it down, I use this little translucent piece of plastic as the front landing gear. I mean, you really can't really notice the difference anyway. And then in the back, the feet here are supposed to turn around. Now, one of these will turn fairly okay. This one will turn. This one here will not go past, like, it will get like that, and that's it. And you can already see there's stress marks there. I'm gonna have to see if I can pop that off and maybe shave some of the plastic out. Maybe that'll help, so I can turn this the right way and have it flush the way it's supposed to be. Otherwise, you know, it is what it is. This is their first figure. This was the first figure that they released, and I mean, aside from that, it's actually a pretty decent figure. Now, like I said, this is version 1, so it doesn't come with the chest upgrade, which fixes the ratchets here and the ratcheting down here, which there is basically none. Which doesn't affect it in spaceship or robot mode, but it will affect it in Bruticus mode. You pop these off here. Let's just get them. These come right off. The wings pop off. They're just on a peg, and they just like pop off whenever they feel like it. I mean, I don't mind. I'd rather they do that than just get totally destroyed. So take this off. And you can take the guns if you want to, and you can stick them in here. Just so you know, you will see stress marks everywhere when you start plugging stuff in. The tolerances on the plastic are just really horrendous, if I'm honest. I mean, other than that breaking, nothing else felt like it was going to break, but it just does not look good when you have a piece of plastic that has a white stress mark, even though it's made for something to go in. We'll just flip these down, and if I'm a little quiet, it's because it's late at night and everybody in my house is sleeping. And yeah, flip those down, flip these over like so to the back, like that. Take what's going to be the feet, and we're going to take these, rotate them back for now, and take this, rotate it down and around. Maybe we'll just do it up here. Yeah, rotate it around here, flip it out. Let's lower the camera a little bit. Rotate these around. Ouch, sharp points. Come on. Now you don't want to rotate around. I need you to rotate. I know you rotate because that's how I got you here in the first place. Okay, rotate those around like so, and then you can bring the thrusters to the back to form heels. Extend the legs until they don't extend any further. Okay, that's out. That's out. There we go. Okay, and that's the lower half of the figure done. So then you want to take this, and we'll just put that back down if you don't already have it down. Flip these bits out. Come on, flip out. There we go. You can tuck these little thingies in. Bring this out to the side. It'll be like that. Let's go ahead and just bring them out to the side as such. Fold these pieces in like that. And then try your best to get the hand out. Like I said, everything is tight. So some things are a little hard to get out. I think his hands are actually easier of the bots to get out. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, that's the right way to do it. These pieces slide over a clip, and if you try to take this like this, you're gonna break your figure. So slide these out to the side and just fold this to the back. It's there. And then this, you rotate them like so. Try not to pop them off. Actually, that's the first time that's happened. And I believe that is it. And there is Airburst, who doesn't... I don't think this is... There we go. I was about to say, I don't think that's extended as far as it's supposed to go because he's lopsided. Sorry for putting it sideways. There we go. There's Airburst in his robot mode, and he's actually pretty good. In his robot mode, I like him a lot. But that said, though, he looks really good. I like the colors. They are a matte with a slight shine to it, but it's not glossy. It's definitely a matte, and I don't know, it just looks really nice. The head sculpt looks great. Let's just zoom in from over here since the light is... Just have him look up a little bit. There we go. That's a really nice head. You could probably get away with, if you wanted to use this head on something else, painting it red and, painting it blue and silver and using it as a prime head, you could, or a Soundwave head maybe. More like a prime head because he has that big thing. He has some nice light piping. You can see, look at that. That light piping is amazing. And I'm not a super light piping person, but that looks really good. He's a really nice figure. He's got lots of molded in detail, painted in a bit, just enough to be interesting, but not to be distracting. Screws are in the back, so yay for that. I feel like, yes, okay, there you go. And overall, he looks great. Let's go over articulation. His head is on a ball joint, so you get wiggly wiggly, 360, and a little yes action going on there. You can move these. These are on a post with a ball joint, and then you get 360 at the shoulder, in and out at the shoulder. At the upper bicep, you've got a mushroom peg, so you've got more articulation there, and a double elbow, which doesn't really get you very much, just because his upper arm is so thick, because it's got that extra thing that opens up and helps fill out the shuttle mode. And you kind of get a little bit of a little back flex there because of transformation. Hands rotate. Due to transformation, you can kind of, bring them in some if you want to. They open and close. Everything it's just one pin for all the fingers, but that's okay. That's actually pretty good for a figure this size. 360 here. He has a flap, and I'm not sure why they went and put detail where his ding dong should be, but hey, he's got detail under there. Legs go forward, they go back, they go out like there, rotate at the upper thigh, and bend at the knee. You get a backwards and forwards movement on the whole foot. Rotates, it's on a ball. It's a stick going to a ball. You kind of get a little toe. If you can get this to work, you can get some rotation on the toe, and then for the heel, this moves. So there is a lot of articulation. You could probably get some really dynamic poses going on there if you want to. And you also get his guns, which he can't hold in his hands. They do pop out because they don't clip where they're supposed to clip for some reason. They should clip right there. I can feel where it's supposed to clip, but it'll just keep going if you don't watch it. You can put them in his hands, or you can leave them on his legs. So you've got these guns. You've also got the back end of his, I guess this would have been a stabilizer. So you've got that. You can split that apart. This moves for whatever reason. Not sure why it moves, but it moves. You've got two pegs here for when he's in shuttle mode. You can also open that up and do that. If you want to just store it on his leg, you can. There's 2 posts here. You can pick one and just store it on his leg if you want to, or you can have him hold it. Just pull this lever and these rockets slide out. You might have to loosen this up, which I had to do. I had to unscrew, not the whole thing, but you just turn the screw a little bit because they were just really tight. And you can either leave this post out and have it posted to his arm like so, or you can take it and put it in just open his hand and slide it in. I believe I actually have not done this because, oh, there we go. Yes, you can slide it in there. And there's actually, aside from the grip, it's actually made so that you've got a standard 5mm peg thing going there, so you can hold regular guns. So we can deck them out completely if we want to, just like this. And I guess that would be to put to fill out the silhouette a little bit better, so it's not completely standing out like that. I'm gonna go ahead and strip him naked. Take these off. You can do it in this mode. Basically, you're going to turn him into his space shuttle mode anyway. So it doesn't matter if you start this way. You start with the space shuttle. It's less steps if you're with the space shuttle, honestly. Go ahead and take these, flip them around, bring this piece up. Bring this piece up and line up. Like I said, there is a little, you can see there's a little sort of hook lip there. You just put that there and then slide these over like so. Okay, go ahead and take the hands and rotate them so that the fingers are facing out. For some reason it won't go in any other way. We can do that. Okay. Lift these flaps up if you don't already have them up. And we're going to do the transformation the way the book says to do it. You're going to turn this like this and take this and make sure you turn it down at, like, it's got both hinges. You want it to be flat with the lower hinge, is it? Or maybe it's the upper hinge. Hold on. Let's see how that looks. Okay, at the upper hinge. I guess at the upper hinge works a little bit better. So, do that. I usually put the flaps out. I don't think you need to put the flaps out, but I usually put the flaps out anyway, just to kind of sort of maybe give it a sort of nicer look-ish. Really doesn't matter because, yeah, so you want the top half to look like that. Take this, flip it up, and pull the peg out. You want to leave the legs extended like this and clip them together. And then this you'd bring up like so and flip them around, which I can't do, so we're just going to leave that like that. Leave these up, and that's pretty much it. And then you just would split this part open and put the hands in. So that's pretty much the arm mode. And yeah, and you get a bend. Unfortunately, because of the lack of ratchets, it doesn't stay up. It doesn't take very much to. So if you put any weapon in his arm, unless you have it tilted to the side and like this, it won't keep it straight. You can do that, or if you don't really need the sideways and you want a more cohesive look, you can go ahead and transform his arms back as if you were doing the space shuttle mode. And it depends on whether or not you want to have the bend or not. Whoops. Just kind of. And then you just have that, and you can just stick the hand here and keep it straight. I mean, if you try to turn it, this is all going to come apart. So, I mean, yeah, it's really not much you can do. But it gives it a more cohesive look. And then if you want to go even further, you can tilt these at an angle like this, and then stick these back here, which actually would have worked better if I would have stick these back here. And there's actually nothing in the instructions as to what you're supposed to do with these when you're transforming this into Bruticus mode. And I don't like having parts to the side, so I usually just kind of leave it on there, or I'll put it up here. But yeah, so there you've got a Bruticus arm. You can, if you want to, stick these pretty much anywhere. Doesn't really matter. Any one of the holes. And there you go. And that would be a Bruticus arm. I mean, it's not a bad figure. It's not a bad set. It's actually a pretty good one, especially for a first outing for a company. Yeah. That said, I'm Islip. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll be back with more. Ciao.